Hello. Um, oh my gosh. I feel like I cracked the code for my family specifically. And I'm going to just start off by simply saying I do not think it should cost to have a community. Um, Something that has been very vital for me since I first paid attention to the fact that it was even something that I felt like was important is the fact that um, a community, if you have a community, you can go a long ass way. Like you can go so fucking far. And to be quite frank, that's what the fuck helped me graduate college. Um, I'm just in a period or a state now where I'm trying to understand or kind of see the difference between my home situation and life in college. And yeah, no, I just really paid attention. I don't know if I'm gonna go into the depths of everything, but I'm starting to kind of pay attention to the similarities within family. Like I already knew community within my family is low, but I'm paying attention to the view itself, like the view that they have on community. I don't even think they think of community as a thing. I think um everybody is just I don't know. It's like everything costs to them. Everything costs. And I really genuinely I wholeheartedly believe that a lot of this shit should not even be counted as like what you do for other people. You should not count that. And I don't know if that's just the way that I simply live my life or the way I've watched it happen when I was in college. It was like everybody was able to support each other and do for each other without it being a matter of um like any hostility behind it. There was no hostility behind it. There was no ill intent behind it. There were no um secrets behind it. It just was what it was. Compared to my family, if you're asking for something, there's going to be something that you're going to have to like I'm not going to say pay back in return, but the payback itself is what gets me because okay, say for instance I don't drive. So if I'm asking to be taken somewhere, i.e. work, there will be a complaint about that. But if you sit on your ass, there will also be complaints. It's like there's no intent to genuinely support and help each other within my family dynamic, but they do things. So because they do things, it's like I do stuff for you, you're ungrateful, da 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 da. And the whole thing about that is the things that you're doing is it could be potentially things that I could do for myself, but I'm asking for like expertise in a different area, you know? Like everybody wants to highlight the fact that, oh, I'm an adult, like I know more than you. Okay, show me that you know more than me. Show me that you're willing, like show me that you can teach me how to do a certain thing that I'm asking for support in. But because you don't want to do it because I don't know, I guess your own beliefs or whatever, it's in a sense holding me back, but I understand that I'm an adult. So I can't blame. I can't blame. But my whole um idea of even coming to this conclusion is trying to understand the the stagnation within everything. Is trying to really understand like where is this energy coming from? Why does everyone act this way? It's not a means of me trying to point the finger or blame anything. It's me trying to crack the code on what the hell is going on and why did it create an effect in this specific area. And I'm starting to understand community has never really been a thing. Well, I'm not gonna say community. I'm gonna just say more so mental progression. I feel like a lot of my family has arrested development, like a lot. And I also like to think like when it comes to pregnancy and stuff, a lot of mothers they tend to get stuck within whatever age it was that they got pregnant at. That's just something I've been thinking. Like since I've been studying psychology, that's just something that has been in my head. Like I feel like a lot of people are genuinely stuck in time. A lot of people are genuinely they just they're not able to progress further mentally because of possibly due to that trauma of having a child, because that is a traumatic experience. I understand that. I sympathize with that. I give you grace because of that. But that doesn't negate all the turmoil you cause within other people's lives. But that's neither here nor there. Um, so it's like all the mental stuff and even spiritual, all the mental and spiritual stuff, like that's where I don't really have as much support. But they've been so big on acts of service, so big on gifting, so big on, the financial things. And it's like, that's cool. All of that is cool. It is, it is, it is, it is. Which is why I understand the term of people saying money doesn't buy you happiness, because it genuinely doesn't. Like, well, in certain circumstances it genuinely doesn't. For some people, they have all the happiness that they need within their situation, or not even just their situation, just within themselves, or like the bonds that they have within people. And money would probably fix like the last of their issues. I get that. But for the people that are always having like these material things thrown at them, that shit does not mean anything to me. That shit does not mean anything to me. And on top of that, I've been able to teach myself that if I was to live alone, if I was to be alone with community at that, I would be I would live a very sustainable life. Life would be so great. You know what the fuck I'm missing right now? Because I have the home, I have the food, I have the acts of service. I'm missing community. And I already knew that, but it's like I continue to find out or figure out more pieces that just are important to the bigger picture. And I'm realizing the ripple effect within everything. So there's a part of me that don't even feel bad for my mama. I mean, that's not what I meant to say. That's not what I meant to say. There's a part of me that feels bad for her. And it's so crazy because I haven't felt bad for her in a good minute. Like, it's damn near been a decade. For sure, it's been a decade. I haven't felt bad for her in a minute. And that's simply because eventually all the things that she's gone through, all of the situations that she's been placed in, it started to affect me as a person. It started to stunt my growth as a child, and it began to interfere with my own mental intellect, or my own mental or emotional whatever. It just started to affect me internally and externally. And so I was like, girl, I've always been a it's either you or me type of person. I've always chosen myself in the end. Even if I didn't understand why in that moment, I've always been a type to just be like, okay, well, I'm the one that got to feel this and I don't want to feel it. So I'm not going to feel it. Therefore, bitch, leave. Like, I'd rather you leave. That's what I rather happen. I've always been that type. But now I'm kind of sympathizing with her a little bit more. It's causing me to even sympathize with my grandmother, because I mean, it's just a ripple effect. If you didn't know these things, that means the person previous didn't know, and the people previous didn't know. And it's just a matter of all this turmoil being created for the sake of you just not knowing. And maybe that's why I'm so big or so keen on trying to understand or trying to know things now. And another thing is, people like to keep secrets in this family. So it's a matter of me not only do I not know, they're not going to tell me. So that's that. But no, community is very important. And if you ask me, it should not cost for you to really have a community. I feel like everybody needs a community. That's something that could really take everybody far. And not only could it take you far, it could help build your social skills. Not only could it help build your social skills, you will also know how to treat other people. Like, there's a high chance of everyone being able to be more humanizing as a person. We would literally, quite literally, act more like humans towards each other. We will have more empathy towards each other. We'll be able to sympathize with each other a little bit better, and we'll be able to have that capacity to lean on each other. Everything doesn't have to be something where we're just so focused on self. We're thinking, oh, I'm in this alone or I have to do this alone. It does not have to be like that. It does not. And I know it don't. And I'm so glad that I've even had the opportunity to learn that in college because obviously it played a big part in my life. Up until this point, obviously that plays a big part because before college, girl, I never that wasn't the reality for me. I didn't know I could have people to lean on. I didn't know I didn't have to carry all these things alone. I didn't know that I could share the load amongst other people and everything doesn't have to be just me, 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 me. I didn't know that I could have support and that it wouldn't cost to have support, especially because I'm always so willing to give back or to support people in general. And that might just be why people really fuck with me because I'm really big on supporting people. I'm really big on just simply being there for people and trying to break down things that they can't understand. Plus, I'm a problem solver. Like, I'm so big on problem solving. So, yeah, I just realized it's just crazy that I could possess that, and I wasn't taught that. I had to teach that to myself. But well, that's not true. I've always been one that wanted to support. I actually had to teach myself to not be um rude because that was something that I picked up on. I had to teach myself to I'm not even gonna say rude, because I've literally always been a kind-hearted person. I just would start to build up these walls because people would take advantage of that. I had to teach myself to be more firm within myself and learn boundaries, understand boundaries, which is why I stand so hard behind boundaries. Like, I never mind a person saying no. I respect you more if you can say no because I know what it feels like to want to say no, but trying not to hurt somebody's feelings. Like, I get it 100%. But yeah, I basically had to teach myself that I don't have to be rude about everything, but at the same time, I get a say so in the matter. And because I get a say so in the matter and I know I get a say so in the matter, I can continue to be a kind hearted person. I can continue to be someone that's willing to help and assist. It might not be in the way that you want, but it might be in the way that you need. That's neither here nor there. But no, that's just something that I've I paid attention to or picked up on within my family. Everything is just so physical based with them. And sometimes we forget that as humans, everything is not meant to be physical. We forget that there's an inside to us as well. There's an end. There's an end. You know what I mean? There's there's something within us opposed to just what we can see. We have to focus on what we can't see as well. That's important. And because a lot of people don't really pay attention to what's not being shown, what's not being seen, or what you can't see, or what you fucking feel. Like, a lot of things get misconstrued. A lot of things go without saying. A lot of problems start to boil up and rise and all this extra shit. And I think I'm here to ruffle some feathers within my family. I don't know. Because quite frankly, in the end, whatever happens, I don't care. It's just a matter of me just throwing that out there for everybody to be aware of the fact that you too sleep. You need to wake up a little bit because you fucking up some shit. You gotta chill. But yeah, no, that's that. I don't think community should cost. I feel like community is just community. And I understand everything, like, nothing is free. I get that. But at the same time, when you say nothing is free, like, the action that you receive, like, certain things, it should not be hard to get access to certain things, especially within a family. Like, we have to stop throwing this fucking family term around so loosely as if we just get support like a meal. I'm sorry, I'm about to get into the logistics of everything, and I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, no, that's just my take on it. I feel like you got to come a little bit harder over here. If you feel like when I finally reached that point of giving back, genuinely giving back, I need people to understand if you just you'll see when that time comes. That's all I would say. You'll see when that time comes. And I'll have the explanation ready for you as to why I chose to give back and why I couldn't give back to you. But that's neither here nor there. Um, Thank you for watching. I love you. Bye.